Hey, yeah, I know you've got your phone in your hand. But hold on, don't put it down just yet. I need those views, this is YouTube after all. But mentally, just pause for a moment. Take a breath. You good? Okay, because I've got something important to share with you, and I promise it's not another motivational speech that leaves you feeling worse than before. This isn't about waking up at 4 a.m. to conquer the world or grinding harder than ever before. This is about something your soul has probably been craving for a while. Ready? You need to learn to rest. Like really rest. Deeply, intentionally rest. The kind of rest that doesn't just recharge your phone, but recharges you. Not just so you feel better, but so you can become dangerous again. Yeah, I said it. Rest so well it makes you dangerous. Part 1. Somewhere along the way, we all bought into the lie that rest is laziness. That if you're not constantly doing, producing, or proving yourself, you're falling behind. So, most of us rest like criminals, guilty, secretly. Scrolling through our phones while binge watching shows we're not even enjoying, feeling guilty the whole time for not being productive. That's not rest. That's digital purgatory. Real rest isn't just the absence of doing. It's the presence of peace. It's when your mind, body, and soul come back online, reconnected. Look, I'm not judging. I've been there, burned out, stretched thin, telling myself I just need to push through this one last thing. And then, one last thing becomes the 400th last thing of the week. Ever been so tired that even your dreams are just you replying to emails? That's not rest, that's your brain crying for help in the form of spreadsheets. Part 2. Let me tell you a story, one of my favorites. There was a young guy who wanted to be the best woodcutter in the village. He trained hard, practiced, sharpened his axe. One day, he challenged an older lumberjack to a woodcutting contest. They would work from sunup to sundown, and whoever chopped the most wood would win. The young guy went hard all day, didn't stop. Every hour, he looked over and saw the old man sitting down, drinking tea, even napping at one point. The young guy thought, I've got this in the bag. This guy's wasting time. At sunset, they weighed the wood. The old man won. The young guy asked, How did you win? I never stopped working, you took breaks. The old man smiled and said, Every time I sat down, I sharpened my axe. Part 3. That story lives rent-free in my mind because that's the power of real rest. It doesn't make you soft, it makes you sharp. Focused. Present. Rest isn't the enemy of progress. It's what makes progress sustainable. But the problem is, we don't rest. We numb. We escape. We distract. We shove food into our mouths while standing. We scroll through 17 social media apps while lying in bed. We watch 4 episodes of a show and don't remember a single plotline. That's not rest, that's sedation. That's your brain hitting the emergency off switch because it knows you won't. Part 4. Ever wake up feeling more tired than when you went to bed? That's not sleep. That's a system reboot after a crash. Let's be honest, most of us are running on fumes, smiling through the exhaustion like a haunted animatronic at Chuck E. Cheese. So here's my question for you. When was the last time you actually felt awake? Not just not asleep, I mean fully alive. Clear. Peaceful. Like you could look around and say, Yeah, I'm here, I'm okay. That's rare, right? But it shouldn't be. Because when you're rested, you think better. You love better. You laugh more. You say no to things that drain you and yes to the things that light you up. You stop reacting out of survival mode and start responding with wisdom. You stop snapping at your partner over nothing, losing your keys, or wasting hours of your day on nonsense. You become you again. Part 5. But here's the thing, rest doesn't happen by accident. You can't wait until you crash to finally take care of yourself. That's like waiting until you pass out from thirst to drink water. Rest is proactive. You build it in. You protect it. You fight for it like your life depends on it, because honestly, it kind of does. I get it. You're busy. Life is demanding. But let me lovingly say this, you don't have time not to rest. You don't have time to keep running on empty, making decisions with a foggy mind and a fried nervous system. Tired you is not the best you. Tired you is forgetful, grumpy, reactive. Tired you thinks everything is a crisis and everyone is out to get you. But rested you? That's a whole different energy. Rested you is thoughtful, clear, funny again, creative, bold. Rested you has boundaries. Rested you remembers what matters. Rested you starts showing up with a calm power that turns heads. You walk differently when your soul isn't limping. Part 6. And here's the beautiful thing. Rest doesn't always have to mean a 2-week vacation in the Maldives. Although, if someone's offering, call me. Sometimes, rest is just 15 minutes of silence before the day starts. A walk with no podcast in your ears. Eating lunch without a screen. Turning your phone off at 8 p.m. just to sit with your thoughts and realize you don't have to fix everything tonight. Sometimes rest is laughing with someone who gets you. Sometimes it's a nap you don't feel guilty for. Sometimes it's saying, "I'm not available for that right now," and not having to explain yourself. That's not selfish, that's wisdom. You are not a machine. You are not a content factory. You're not a list of tasks. You are a human being, and you have limits. Honoring those limits doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. Part 7. Ever notice that animals know when to rest? A lion doesn't feel guilty for napping 20 hours a day. A cat will sleep on your laptop while you work, completely unbothered. But us? We'll collapse while saying, "I'm fine, just tired." So here's your gentle reminder from me: take the nap. Breathe deep. Turn off the noise. Say no. Let the dishes sit in the sink for a few hours. The world won't fall apart. And if it does, at least you'll be well rested when it happens. Stare at the ceiling. Pet your dog. Hug someone longer than usual. Let your shoulders drop. Give your nervous system a break from always being on. Because when you rest well, you return different. You return grounded, calm, focused, clear-eyed, and fully charged. That version of you? That version is dangerous. Dangerous to burnout. Dangerous to people-pleasing. Dangerous to fear. Dangerous to anything that told you your worth is tied to your productivity. So go sharpen your axe, my friend. The world's going to need it. But first, rest. Like your power depends on it. Because it does.